Okay, just another couple examples of this use substitution with definite integrals, and this is a typical type question on a multiple choice test. Uh, because if you don't have a calculator, um, it prevents you from just typing the value and putting the answer. If you do have a calculator, there's ways around it. We'll go over that. So it says using u substitution, it tells you what u is. What is this integral equivalent to? So it's one of these choices over here. What this problem forces you to do is make the use of substitution and change the limits. Remember to change the limits. So it tells us u is x squared minus 3. It doesn't really have to. That's what we would choose anyhow. Du is 2x dx. So our integral would become, we have u to the fifth, x dx right here, this x dx right here is du over 2. Now, if you start looking at the answers, really get rid of that one. You can really get rid of the ones that don't have the 1/2 in front of them. And you can see the two that are left over, the last one, they didn't change the limits. So this is going to be the answer, but let's just make sure. The new lower limit, you plug in -1 to here to get u. So u is -1 squared, which is 1, minus 3, which is negative. The new upper limit, you plug that into u. So plug 4 into u, it'd be 4 squared, which is 16, minus 3, which is 13, which is exactly c, so that's your answer. Now, the kind of cheating way to do this, and it's really just showing that we have definite integrals, is you could do this. You could just figure out what this is, the original function. This is going to take a little bit longer, but figure out what the value of that is on a calculator. So I did that for you here. I graphed that function. I found the definite integral from -1 to 4, and it gave me this answer. Then you could take all of these and do the same thing and figure out which one is this same answer. That's probably a longer way to do it, but it's surefire here. It's just asking for an equivalent integral. So I got down to this one. Remember, if you're going from -2 to 13, you're going to have to zoom out because the calculator only goes up to 10 here. So I did that. And also that u to the fifth would just write as an x. So this is type this into the calculator, it would be 1/2. I brought the 1/2 into the integral. That's fine because it's a constant. Integrated from -2 to 13 after I zoomed out. And you'll notice that it has the exact same answer as the original, which means that must be the answer. That's it. So there's one more question I want to quickly do just to make sure we got this. Write an equivalent integral with respect to u. Don't evaluate this one. So we'll do that quickly. We would let u be 3 minus 5x cubed. Du is -15x squared dx, which means our new integral would be the x squared dx is du over -15. We have the square root of u. Now the last thing we have to do is to change the limits. The lower limit, which was -1, is now 3 minus 5 times -1 cubed. Use the u. So -1 cubed is -1. So it's 3 minus 5 times the -1, which is 3 plus 5, which is 8. The new upper limit, 0. You plug in 0 for x. We have 3 minus 5 times 0, which is 3. That's it. Now to check, you can check this on, just do this on your calculator, do this on your calculator, they should be the same. One thing to watch for, if you remember our properties of integrals, if you can take the negative of an integral and just switch the limits. So this is possibly be written as, it's a multiple choice, you have to watch out for that. Positive 1 over 15 times the integral from 3 to 8. That would be also equivalent, and that could also be an answer, and you can check on the calculator. If you type this on the calculator, this on the calculator, and this on the calculator, they're all going to be the same. That's it. And make sure you practice that. Shouldn't be too bad.